Alright, here we are guys with the grand final already between Hera and MarineLorD. Hera, on the one hand, is the first time that he's gotten to a grand final over here himself. And yeah, to the grand final of the winter series of tournaments over here. Meanwhile, MarineLorD, on the other hand, is no stranger to this. He has won winter series championships before already. More than once as well, so he's certainly going to be the one to beat, certainly going to be the favorite, the one that most people are probably going to be expecting to take the crown in the Winter Championship. So now, for Civilizations, we have French for both players from the get-go. That means we're going to be getting the same bonuses for both, and no one is going to have any advantages for the Civilization. It's going to be all about pure execution, pure skill over here, strategizing from both players, and we'll see what we get for game number 1. This, as the semifinals, is also going to be a best of 5 series. So certainly hoping for a nice, long and sweet series to cover over here for sure. Once again, this tournament is made open streaming and open casting by Elite Gaming Channel. So big shout out to them for making it possible for me to cover this one now as well. It's been a blast for me to cast Winter Series 1, 2, and 3 and the Winter Championship subsequently as well. Hopefully, we are going to see even more tournaments in the future, and yeah, especially with the latest patch and stuff, the games have been a little bit more interesting as well, because now the civilizations are a little bit more viable. Most of the civilizations are a little bit more viable. Mongols are not going to be dominated quite as bad as we already saw in the semi-final series. But yeah, we'll see what we get for this one. For game number 1, well, what do we expect? We probably expect a pretty standard French play. Probably just cool cavalry from both players into Royal Knights. This is very reminiscent of Genesis, by the way. If you guys recall, the first ever S-tier tournament of Age of Empires 4 coming in at $20,000 last year. The Genesis tournament, which, by the way, the Viper ended up winning, was like this. Every time we would see French. And I remember that the rules for civilizations back in the day used to be that you could not pick a civilization you won with. So players basically would go for French every time until they won with them. And then if they go for French and they lose, they go for French again. And it used to be so repetitive, right? That's not the case with the newer civilization rules for the Winter Series tournaments anyway, but yeah, regardless, this is going to bring a few of those old memories, and we see already the school cavalry coming up for both players. Let's see, MarineLorD's trying to get villages down over here. Cannot do it. Meanwhile, here on the other hand, he's got his 2 scouts coming forward himself, and he could potentially try to go after these villages in a moment, but for the time being, just going to be both players just getting to the fuel age. At about the same time, I'm pretty sure as well. Take a look at MarineLorD and his... Yeah, I think he's a little bit farther ahead, isn't he? Yeah, a little bit. So he's going to have a wee bit of a head start to the fuel age, but it's very unlikely it's going to make too much of a difference. The defender's advantage for Hera should allow the red player over here to defend himself just fine. There we go. See the scouts coming in finally from Hera to try and put some pressure against MarineLorD. So far, see a KD of 0-0. No one's been able to get a single villager just yet. And MarineLorD does manage to push Hera away from gold quite successfully though, mind you. Let's see. Because of the extra villagers that Hera brought over from gold to get the School of Cavalry up, now he can get this one up right away, and we'll see. Royal Knight production for him when possible. We're gonna see one queued up already. No, he's actually going for a horseman. Yeah, and now he's canceling it, and he'll go for a Royal Knight, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure if that was a misclick or he could just not afford it. He was waiting for the resource until he could afford it, but now we're gonna see a Royal Knight coming out from MarineLorD a little bit sooner. He's going to have a slight head start in military production. So let's see. Here he comes. He's got the Royal Knight coming out. Take a look at Hera on the other hand. He's got the one Royal Knight coming out, but so much later compared to MarineLorD and the blue player ends up pushing Hera out. Let's see. Still keeps on harassing over here, MarineLorD. Very unlikely to find a villager. Hera finally gets the Royal Knight out. He pushes MarineLorD scouts away. I see extra scouts over here from Hera still trying to put pressure up. But very good unit control from MarineLorD, mind you. Yeah. He's not really going to lose any of these villagers. He's just going to pull the weak villager away and he'll be fine. Oh, this might be good though. This might be good. He's going after the villager. Gotta be careful because of the TC. The Royal Knights over here as well. But that was a very, very close call over there for MarineLorD. Still does not take a single villager loss. But that was super close. Very neck and neck situation right now for both players. Probably have about the same amount of Royal Knights for both, if not one extra for MarineLorD, just because of the head start in production. It's got 2, meanwhile Hera's got 2 as well, so I think it's going to be fine. Who will take this one? Well, once again, it's really up in the air. This is the first time that Hera, by the way, and I said this already, in the winter series of tournaments gets to the grand final, but this is going to be not the first time that we see an Age of Empires 2 or a player coming in from an Age of Empires 2 background make it into the grand final. So now we'll see if maybe it's time for a former Age of Empires 2 exclusive pro to take this tournament as well. I think after the Viper took Genesis, I think it's just been for the most part StarCraft domination, right? Like players coming in from background of StarCraft gameplay. I believe in the Pro Series, not in the Pro Series, no, in the Still Series, in the Prime Cup. There we go. I think we saw the Muslim, right? If I'm not mistaken, and yeah, and then we've seen just full StarCraft domination for the Winter series of tournaments as well. So this could be the first time that Hera brings a trophy home to the Age of Empires OGs, right? That is not to say that MarineLorD has not played Age of Empires before. He's actually played a little bit of Age of Empires 2 himself in the past, but he's not gotten to the very top as he is in Age of Empires 4. And yeah, Hera on the other hand, of course, I think he needs no introduction. We do not need to talk too much about Hera's achievements as an Age of Empires 2 players in the past. I think you're all going to be very familiar with it. Regardless, still, it's just the Royal Knights roaming around left, right, and center, trying to find some open areas, trying to find some picks. We're gonna see Hera coming over here with the Royal Knights going after the villagers. He'll try to. We do have some low HP villagers over here, but it's not enough. He's going to get one though. He got one villager. Good job. 1 kill, 1 loss over here. Do we see a villager going down to MarineLorD's Knights? Well, not here, certainly. I think he might have ended up taking a scout from Hera in the end. But yeah, it's still pretty good pressure over here. And Hera, notice how he's trying to control his units in such a way that he can maximize the value out of each one. So he was trying to split the high HP one away so that he can take these ones back home, defend them with the TC, and then use this one to get some damage on the villagers. Now, he cannot make it work, so he's going to pull all the units up. He's going to pull all the units back to his base. Good job. A lot of units over here from MarineLorD. We take a look at population, and currently Hera is in 35-10, equal to military units. MarineLorD, on the other hand, is on 32-11, so he's got more military units, just barely though. And 1 extra unit is not going to make or break the game, of course, because that could very well be 1 extra scout, which is not going to make too much of a difference against Royal Knights, right? But yeah, eco count is not the best for MarineLorD. I think he's been struggling with TC idle time a little bit. Here comes Hera. I was almost able to get another villager over there in MarineLorD. MarineLorD's got a lot of Royal Knights pushing against Hera. Winds up losing a villager over here, not quite, but gets pushed away. He's significantly outnumbered. We have 9 over there versus 5 units for MarineLorD and Hera, so we see Hera is getting pushed away from gold as well. It's going to affect his military production quite a bit, of course. He does manage to take 2 Royal Knights down over here. Meanwhile, the counter-strike from Hera over here Certainly looking pretty threatening, but he does take one villager, and that makes a big difference as well. Might not have been able to push the blue player away from goal too much, but still not being the most effective working economy for MarineLorD at all. So let's see who's going to end up taking this one. Oh boy. He's trying to go after the villages as well, so he might be able to get one from Hera, but in doing so, he does end up getting pushed away by Hera's Royal Knights over here, and that's a great defense from Hera. And the offense has not been too shabby. He still has Royal Knights over here. Now he's got Chivalry as well, so they regenerate HP too. We take a look at the rest of the upgrades. Hera does not have a Blacksmith right now, and neither does MarineLorD. So we won't see anybody going for any attack or melee armor upgrades anymore. It's just going to be a game of numbers over here. So far, well, it's looking better for Hera, I'm pretty sure. 10 military units. We take a look at MarineLorD on the other hand, and he's on 5 military units. And that is without taking into account eco units, which we have 37 for MarineLorD, and Hera on the other hand is on 38. So he's got a stronger economy. He's got a stronger military right now, and he's looking overall incredible. Till these knights coming in, might be able to get more villages down. We'll see. Certainly going to try. But MarineLorD's economy is an absolute disaster. Notice that he's got no farms over here, no lumberjacks. He's got only gold miners, and then he sent some villages over the left so he can collect berries from here. And his economy is going to be basically full food income from berries, full gold income over here from this one gold vein. Meanwhile, Hera on the other hand is a lot more balanced. He's got wood over here, lumberjacks working. He's got farmers over here as well, so he's not really going to be relying on far away berries. And this could be really bad. Here comes Hera. MarineLorD is completely exposed. So many villages over here. This could be fantastic for Hera. Is he going to go after the villages right away? We'll see. We see also the knights coming in against other knights over here, but we have some lancers from MarineLorD, which means that Hera's units are on average a lot stronger over here. 5 full Royal Knights. Yeah. Versus some horsemen over here, but MarineLorD using the Outpost does manage to push Hera away. This is incredible defense for the Frenchman, as Hera is bringing a few extra Royal Knights over here. It's gonna keep on trying to find more open areas, and then we take a look at Hera's base, and he's completely fine. He's not affected by MarineLorD's units at all. He's completely unscratched. Good job. 2 extra knights coming forward from Hera. We'll see what he gets. Once again, nobody's really been going for professional scouts anymore. And yeah, 1 Royal Knight going down over there. MarineLorD's gotta be careful. He can garrison up to 5 villages inside the outpost over there, but Hera should still be able to find a few picks over here if he plays his cards right. So let's take a look at the scouts, or the knights rather, and that's 1 village going down already. He strikes and leaves. He hits and runs. Now MarineLorD's going back to food once again, but yeah, this kind of thing that Hera's been... You see, only 2 Royal Knights over here. He takes 1 villager down, and he pushes the villagers away from berries, thus making the economy from MarineLorD very inefficient. Those things are the kind of things that Hera's got to keep on trying to do over here, because this game is looking very good for him. So far, 42 to 6 equal to military count for MarineLorD. Meanwhile, Hera is on 45 and 13, so he's got 7 extra military units actually, and a much higher villager count as well. So from this point onwards, it's going to require some strength for Hera to throw this game. Meanwhile, MarineLorD on the other hand, well, certainly going to be struggling to keep up with the Canadian, because the ball's been rolling already. Hera has all the momentum going for him over here, and MarineLorD's got to stop it. He's got to revert it, and then he's got to push back, and I just don't think Hera's going to give him the chance. We'll see though. The game's not over until the GG's called, and for the time being, both players are still very much going at it. 11 knights over here for Hera. Meanwhile, we'll take a look at MarineLorD, and he's got a total military count of 8. So yeah. Plus Chivalry over here, Hera's Knights should be in a pretty good position. He's resetting the HP of the units by the minute. And MarineLorD simply unable to keep up. He's already run out of berries, so he's bringing all the villagers over. You take a look at the economy from MarineLorD. How is he going to keep on taking resources? Where is he going to? He's going for the deer over here, trying to defend his economy. And that's going to be better compared to berries for sure, but... yeah, Hera's already going to be able to protect his food economy because of the farmers being around the TC. And I mean, it's not like MarineLorD will be putting any pressure against Hera's economy. Hera's been the one certainly putting the pressure for the most part here so far. So let's see, here he comes. Once again, looking better for Hera. Has got more units compared to MarineLorD. MarineLorD's on 7, 8 Royal Knights over here, going down to 6. Meanwhile, Hera is on 9. I think MarineLorD gets cleaned up. I think Hera will realize the direction. Yeah, the villagers went over to, and he was going to go and raid the crap out of MarineLorD's food economy as well, thus impairing MarineLorD's ability to go for Royal Knights even further. So that's going to be game 1, 1-0 in favor of the Canadian. Well played. And so it begins game number 2 in the series, already with a 1-0 lead for Hera. The Age of Empires 2, former only Age of Empires 2 Pro, now turned Age of Empires 2 and Age of Empires 4 Pro, is looking pretty good over here. Meanwhile, MarineLorD, well, MarineLorD is no stranger to this position, and I don't think this is going to be affecting him too much. I'm pretty sure after so long of his professional career, MarineLorD's already used to the mental burden being behind after the first game of the series, and hopefully we are going to see a good rest of the series, even if he's already on the back foot over here. So yeah, from the get-go we can see that he's trying to push the villager away, kind of take the villager down. Yeah, but he's got 2 scouts over here coming, just trying to deny the dock. He could not do it. But yeah, he pushes the villagers away. Anyway, the dock does come up. He's gonna try to take it down right now. Meanwhile, he does not have a dock coming up himself. He's got only scouts coming in, and yeah, that's about it. No forward villagers, no much of anything. For the civilizations in this game, we have MarineLorD playing with Rus, and Hera is playing as Delhi Sultanate. So both these civilizations are going to have some sort of water bonuses, with the Rus being able to collect fish without having to drop the resources at the dock. And obviously with Delhi, the fishing ships also being equipped with an archer, it could potentially be very strong. But yeah, it seems like we don't really see a whole lot in terms of a pressure over here on water just yet, other than just the scouts, right? So Hera's got the first fishing ship out. That'll be enough to push MarineLorD away. Remember that they do come equipped with the archer, so yeah, scouts over here could potentially be under danger. Instead, he's going to try and pick the villager over here, which is exposed from Hera, and I think he's getting it, and he got it! First blood in the game, 1 villager down from Hera. Does end up losing. He does end up taking 1 MarineLorD scouts. But yeah, that's a very, very strong start for the bull player. Well played. Now these fishing ships, of course, with the archer already, should be enough to protect the dock over there. And it's very unfortunate for MarineLorD that he does not get it. But what will he do now? If you do not go for water on this game, on this map, particularly speaking, Mongolian Heights, then you are bound to fall behind in economy. So you're gonna have to make a play for full military either, or you're gonna have to make a play for denying water from your enemy, potentially going for a few outposts around the river, along the river shoreline, rather, and we'll see. Good job. We see the walls already coming up for MarineLorD. Yeah, on water over here. And Hera, on the other hand, well, we're just gonna be chilling for the time being. What else do we have for these civilizations? MarineLorD playing with Rus means that he is going to be affected by the bounty system, by which he gets extra gold for free by taking animals down around the map, right? So I think he might have been able to collect already one of the deer patches. Yes, it's gone up to 155 gold, so I imagine he probably found a few wolves around along the way too. And while he was trying to go and take the second deer patch down south, now he's gotta answer the call of a villager in distress over here. Because, yeah, Hera almost takes the villager down over there. But that's good. He's chasing Hera away in the end. And MarineLorD getting dock up over here is gonna be able to catch back up in economy. But once again, he's just gonna be playing catch up. Anyway. Is MarineLorD going to go for the second deer patch over here at some point? I imagine he's gotta. He does have some extra scout terminator. I think he might not know though. Oh, that is why. So he was going south and he just, by chance, stopped going there to try and answer the call of the villager over here. But yeah, he has not scouted that just yet. He's just trying to find the second deer patch. Nice villager pick over here from Hera though. Right back at MarineLorD. Does end up losing both these scouts and does all the sheep as well. Oh god, that's so much food for MarineLorD, especially with the bounty system over here. As he is going to end up unlocking tier 2 very soon. That's going to be very, very nice source of food. Well, yeah, anyway. Hera does end up taking the villagers down over here and he catches up for KD. However, if we take a look at overall population, I should find a higher eco population for Hera because of the fishing ships over here. So starting with MarineLorD, it's got 19 to 4 for eco and military, and Hera on the other hand has got 26 to 9, so he's got 5 extra military units, and he's got so many more, like about 7 extra eco units as well. So this has been a really, really strong start for Hera this game so far. And check that out! MarineLorD is going for the Kremlin as the feudal age landmark to try and push Hera away from water. Kremlin obviously is going to behave as a wooden fortress. There we go. It does come equipped already with arrows. Let's cast a turret and castle watch as well. So he'll try to push Hera away from water with this, which is beautiful. It's so high HP as well. If you compare it to a standard outpost, it's going to be so much better. Of course, we do have actual wooden fortresses for MarineLorD to take advantage of still. So those are going to be stronger than outposts as well. And he could potentially go across the shoreline over here and try to push Hera out of water for sure. We'll see. Meanwhile, the red player on the other hand is going for Dome of the Faith over here, which is going to make Scholar production a little bit smoother for him. That means, of course, that he's going to be able to start pursuing certain upgrades a little bit sooner after he starts garrisoning Scholars inside the buildings. What do we have over here for MarineLorD? Well, he's got loaded fishing boats. He's got 6 right now. These could potentially at any point turn into attack boats as well, but we'll see. Job. Nice pressure from MarineLorD. Yeah, there we go. Is he going to end up losing a villager over here? He's defending really well though, mind you. Hera, that is. Yeah, he's taking the scouts down. He's not lost a single villager. He might end up losing the scout over here, but he's been able to keep the villagers alive. That's just remarkable. Well played! Well played. He was harassed over here, did not lose a single villager. Do mind you though, he did get a little bit of idle villager time over there as the villagers were trying to target the scouts. So that's going to affect his economy a little bit. Meanwhile, MarineLorD on the other hand did not really lose all the units right away, so it's not going to be heavily affected himself. Yeah. He does end up pushing Hera away from goal. He's going to camp that, probably. Hera's bringing in the archer fish boats. We have a Kremlin over here for MarineLorD to defend his villagers with. No wooden fortresses coming up though for MarineLorD at all, so it's going to be only the Kremlin over here. Yeah, then on the left hand side he's been going for more loaded fishing boats. And I imagine he's still probably a little bit behind, so let's see. We have 9 fishing boats over here. Meanwhile for Hera, at this point in time we have 9 over here plus 1, so he's got 10. Might be a little bit better. Might be a little bit better for Hera still. Let's take a look at the eco and military count over here for both players. We have 37 to 5 for MarineLorD, and we have 38 to 16 for Hera. So yeah, Hera does have more military units around, but he is only one eco unit ahead. Meanwhile, MarineLorD has got a pretty strong economy, mind you. Might be the first one to go out to the castle age, we'll see. Beautiful dock over here though, and the attack ship already is going to start taking the dough from Hera, and he should be able to take this down and potentially start going right after the fishing ships. There we go. A lot of pressure against Hera, so he bails. And dock over here plus the Kremlin should be enough for MarineLorD to keep below the attack ships. In pretty good shape in any case. Go over here, still taking a little bit of heat. We have a third attack ship as well for MarineLorD. Good job. And that's already enough. That's already enough to push Hera's doughs away. As he's going back towards the dock over there. He might not getting cleaned up over here still, though. We'll see the dough going down, although we see one of the attack ships over here taking a little bit of heat too. Oh boy. This has got to bail. Back to safety, back to the dock. And he's got more attack ships coming out. Meanwhile, around the map, Hera keeps on trying to put pressure up. He's got horsemen over here to fight with. Meanwhile, for the most part, MarineLorD's got only scouts. He does have some one early knight though. So yeah, the horseman is not going to be enough for Hera, and it's going to be a risk to the castle age. Now, once again, MarineLorD's economy is pretty good. He does have already the food to go up. He does not have the gold to go up, mind you. So he's been going so heavily into water. And Hera, on the other hand, well, Hera's got a good amount to go, but he does not have the food. Hey, if they join forces, they might be able to go up to the castle age and maybe share some benefits. But yeah, for the time being, I think I'm still pretty much liking MarineLorD's potential to go out to the castle age better, because it's going to take a lot less time for him. It should be taking a lot less time for him to collect enough gold to go out compared to what it's going to take for Hera to collect the food that he's missing. Well, MarineLorD doesn't seem to be increasing his gold income though. He stays at less than 100 gold at all times, while Hera on the other hand is getting very close to having enough food to go out to the castle. So maybe I'm wrong over here. I think Hera's position is still pretty respectable. Good job. Certainly putting a lot of pressure over here against MarineLorD. Still in water with the dough. Still retains all the fishing boats over here as well. And we have some eco upgrades coming for Hera as well, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's got the wood upgrade, he's got the mining upgrade as well, and now he's got the resources. Significantly faster compared to MarineLorD. That is just remarkable, guys. Castle Age is coming up for Hera now. And MarineLorD? Ah, MarineLorD is already on his way up as well, so what is he going for? There, yeah, Abbey of the Trinity. Should probably not be a question at this point. When do we ever see them go for anything else? But yeah, this is actually really, really interesting for sure. For a moment over there, I thought the MarineLorD had used the wood, had used the food to go for extra scouts, and just did not have the resources to go out to the castle age anymore. So castle age is here for both players at about the same time, and what do we get for the players? We're gonna see Pierce Armor coming in for MarineLorD, who's probably expecting Hera to be going for what, archers? Meanwhile, we'll take a look at Hera on the other hand, and he's going for, he does not have a blacksmith, but he's going for wheelbarrow. He's going also for horticulture, which is going to be so good for his food economy, and then for actual units, he's going for a lot of knights over here, or lancers should I say, for the daily player. He's going for explosive doughs as well. And let's see, this could be a huge shot, and that's such a narrow river too. Lottie attack ship goes down. Go down over there to the one explosive though. Very well played. From here, all of a sudden, these attack ships are getting pushed away by those, and obviously more explosive those over here are gonna keep on pouring in from Hera. Meanwhile, MarineLorD keeps on trying to put pressure up around the map, but Hera's done a really good job defending himself. Well played. Let's take a look. There we go. Yeah. Another explosive though coming out over here. He's not detonating it though. What is the deal over here? Hera was not paying attention. He was probably paying attention over here maybe. Yeah. In the end, MarineLorD does end up coming out on top, which is really unexpected. I really thought that Hera was going to get full water control over here, but no. MarineLorD's coming back. Good job. Lottie working out really well. You can see that there is no dock over here for Hera anymore. He'll most likely end up losing the dock over here as well, with which he's not producing any units anymore. And MarineLorD, on the other hand, well, he's getting full water control. He still retains his Lottie fishing boats over here as well, which has got a very, very nice amount of units. He's got 14. So if we take a look real quick, we're gonna see the MarineLorD's got about 46 villages and 20 Lottie fishing boats. That's going to be 6 to 6 eco units. Meanwhile, Hera on the other hand has got 43 plus nothing, so it's going to be only 43 villages, and that's about it. And all of a sudden, MarineLorD's starting to look a little bit stronger. This is what I was saying earlier as well. I don't think mindset's going to be an issue for MarineLorD, even if he does come into game number 2 after losing game number 1. Even on a mirror civilization, of course, matchup. Right, very nice demo shot over there. But yeah, even on a mirror civilization matchup, that was that did not really have an effect on MarineLorD's gameplay over here. He's looking very strong now. Let's see. Here comes the explosive though, and wow, so many attack ships going down over there. 3 with a single explosive though. That is huge. From Hera, good job. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, Hera is with some units forward. He does have some lancers over here. The one thing that I talked about during the semifinals is just Delhi's research times. They are so high, even if some of the upgrades got adjusted so they do not take quite as long in the latest patch. It's still so much slower than if you actually pay for the upgrades. So paying for the upgrades and potentially getting a better trade on a slightly lower amount of units can still be so strong. And we take a look at MarineLorD, and we saw that MarineLorD was already going for extra pierce armor earlier, right? But then not only that, he's also going for extra melee armor right now, which is going to be finishing research is significantly faster compared to Hera, of course. He's got also extra pierce attack already as well, which he was able to finish research so much earlier as well, and had a big impact, of course, in the engagements earlier. And we take a look at Hera. On the other hand, Hera, of course, he's got a bunch of things coming up, but take a look at this. He's going for melee attack, and it's going to take so long. So good job, MarineLorD over here. Might end up taking it. Wow, that is not even close. These Lancers do not hold a candle to the Knights from MarineLorD. Very good unit control. We do have about the same upgrades for what matters in Lancer versus Knight engagement. Although we do have extra pierce armor for MarineLorD. Hera's not really been going too heavily into any range units, so of course it's going to be mostly for sustaining these Knights around TCs potentially a little bit better, around Outpost potentially a little bit better. Not that Hera's got any of those, but yeah, for the most part, for everything else it's going to be about the same upgrades for both players, which is remarkable. Good job. Let's take a look at the unit control over here. I think Hera should be coming out on top. I think it does, yes. Yeah, and we have only one Spearman over here left for MarineLorD going down, and Hera's able to hold on just fine. Mind you though, he's still kind of out of water. Simul kill. Yeah. And still, of course, MarineLorD with plenty of lovely fishing boats over here. Few villages going down, though. From Hera to MarineLorD's Knights. Good job. He was probably paying attention to some other place, the water maybe. Probably not the water. There's not a whole lot of action on water for MarineLorD to really pay attention to. For Hera to really pay attention to. But yeah. Bloomer is completed finally for Hera, so he's got extra attack. There we go. Yeah. One more compared to MarineLorD. And he ends up cleaning the blue player out over here. So it's looking alright. Hera is still in an alright spot, even if MarineLorD was able to get full water control once again. He's not really being able to significantly outproduce Hera in such a way that Hera cannot defend himself against the units from MarineLorD. But now we see the Sacred Side coming up for MarineLorD up in the north, down the south towards the left hand side. No one's going for this Sacred Side just yet. And MarineLorD keeps on just streaming some units into Hera's base. I think Hera should be fine. What is the military count? He's got 20 military, so I think he should be fine. He's got some arbalesters over here, so crossbowmen, rather. He's got some crossbowmen. The Outpost, as we already established earlier, will not really be preventing MarineLorD from getting the push going over here because of the extra melee armor he's gotten. So even the spearmen are actually pretty good. Good job. Yeah, well played. Just pushing Hera out. Yeah, and Hera's got the crossman over here. Should be able to take care of spearmen just fine. Yeah. But I think he's ended up garrisoning a bunch of villages around here. If I'm mistaken, Hera that is. Let's see. Not really. He's just got some other villages over here, but he's been able to clean out the spearmen. Now he should be going after the next wave of units coming in. It's starting to look a little bit out of hand over here. The score's been so much better for MarineLorD for a while, and it seems like he's finally able to tap into his stronger economy to get more units out and put the pressure against Hera, who's going to end up losing a villager over here most likely. I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let's check. Yeah. Hera's under a lot of heat right now. It's going to end up losing a few villages over here. Not quite. Good defense. Well played. But the problem is, we see every time that Hera's able to clean MarineLorD's units up, a new wave of units coming in from MarineLorD. Yeah. So Hera's bailing from here, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It just seems to me like MarineLorD's going to keep Hera's economy in check the whole time. He's got both sacred sites right now. The one down south, the one up north. Only probably about 8 more minutes before MarineLorD gets victory by sacred site over here, and Hera's not really looking that strong. It doesn't seem like he's got any units to defend the gold miners over here anymore. The majority of the crossmen are on the back over here trying to defend against these spearmen. Even though he's been able to clean out the units, he still keeps on getting chased away. And when he gets chased away like this, his economy suffers greatly. So we take a look at military production. He's got only 3 knights coming out, or lancers should I say. Not enough for him to defend, and MarineLorD takes game number 2 to equalize the series 1-1. And well played. We'll move on to game number 3 next. So what to expect, right? What to expect after an incredible beginning of the series over here. After the first 2 games, we do have a tied up series over here. We'll see who gets the lead in the series once again, but having a 1-1 score currently guarantees a 4-game series at the very least, so very much looking forward to it. Of course, the closest we can get to a full series, the best. And yeah, the better it's going to be, and yeah, For game number 3, we're gonna be playing on Hill and Dale. Do we have... Yeah, of course. We do have Holy Roman Empire over here for both players. Hera and MarineLorD will be going for the same civilization, and it makes sense. Holy Roman Empire works really, really well on this map. We have talked already before about why it can be so strong. And especially now that it's a little bit lower maintenance, you don't have to worry about the prelate getting bugged. You know, it's going to be a little bit smoother to play out as well. However, let's go then and take a look at the relic distribution. That's going to be pretty important at a later stage of the game. We do have one over here a little bit closer to Hera's base, but it's still pretty contested. Meanwhile, we take a look at the rest of the relics, and we have one at the very center, which either player could potentially go and collect. And then we also have one on the left-hand side, very close to Hera, one on the right-hand side, very close to MarineLorD. And this is the only one that's really closer to MarineLorD, because this one is closer to Hera, this one is closer to Hera, this one is at the center, and then this one is far away from both players. So liking Hera's position over here a little bit better. We'll see who can play the Holy Roman Empire over here the best. We have seen in the past that when it's a mirror matchup, it doesn't necessarily translate into a full fast in from both players or fast in attempt. Instead, you're going to try to prevent your opponent from getting far ahead. You're going to try to get far ahead yourself, but that's going to result in usually a much longer fuel age time, which results in nobody really being able to go up to the Imperial Age quite as fast. And it's going to be the one strat that Holy Roman Empire usually bank on, right? That they will not be able to utilize over here. So very much looking forward to see how this goes. We saw already Hera do really, really well in the semi-final series against Wham on this map. Even if it was the one who kind of fell behind in terms of relic collection. It was a Holy Roman Empire mirror as well. Now we'll see if he can replicate that success with MarineLorD, who's going to be, of course, a completely different beast, so to say. Already coming in hot from winning so many Winter Series tournaments. I'm kind of wondering how much of a mental impact this is going to have on Hera. He's going to feel intimidated. It doesn't seem... He doesn't really come out as a type of player to me who's going to really care about who he's playing against, you know? It seems to me like Hera is super confident in himself, regardless of who he's facing. So I think it's probably not going to be too much. I think there's probably going to be no impact on Hera. The fact that he's fighting against MarineLorD, and yeah, for the time being, it's pretty much neck and neck as you would be expecting at this stage of the game. We have the Aachen Chapel coming up for Hera. We have the Aachen Chapel coming up for MarineLorD. That's a very interesting location for the Aachen Chapel over here for MarineLorD, because it's actually not encompassing a gold at all. And where is the gold actually? He's had to make a choice. This is really unfortunate. This is like super unfortunate. No, it is. Yeah, the gold is on the back, so you cannot cover everything. And he's going to prioritize wood and food over here. Well, you know, technically he can just go for another prelate and he can just keep the gold miners inspired over here instead. What do we get for Hera? Hera is getting the Aachen Chapel in such a position that it's going to inspire the shepherds. It's going to inspire the gold miners completely as well. It completely encompasses the gold, and it also reaches deep. It reaches deep into the forest as well. So it's a beautiful, beautiful location for Hera over here. We'll see if he can actually get ahead because of it or not. Have the scout from Hera forward. Yeah, and MarineLorD, he was forward himself. He's going to be... He's gonna try to get Hera's villager over there. Can't really do much of anything, of course. Nobody can really do much of anything, of course, at this stage of the game. On this map. Let's see. Huh, interestingly enough, though, we do have one stable coming out for MarineLorD, while Hera already has 2 stables. Does he have them all up? No, he's got only one up, and he's going for the second one. So what we will see, horsemen over here? Yeah, he's going for full horsemen. So we'll see. Wow. And he's going for a very, very, very aggressive waypoint over here. So it's pretty interesting. Meanwhile, MarineLorD on the other hand, he's got only one stable up and he now is going for the second stable, but he does have the defender's advantage, so he might be able to hold on over here even against Hera's pressure. Hera's gotta be careful though, there's a TC over there and very good reaction from MarineLorD as well, just garrisoning the villagers right away. He does end up taking one scout down from Hera. Well played! Job. There we go. Yeah, and Hera is getting pushed away by MarineLorD over here, so it'll be the same for both players. Full-on horseman play for both. We don't have a blacksmith for Hera, and MarineLorD doesn't seem to be interested in any of the upgrades, as is usually the case. The players are just going to be pursuing numbers here, and we do have a good amount of numbers for MarineLorD, so Hera's going to have to bail, and he does. Horsemen for both players. We do have two scouts over here mixed into the army for MarineLorD. Hera's got one horseman over there. And here comes the engagement. Who can take the best battle? A little bit of a crater over here. The units are going to be fighting around, but of course, MarineLorD's got more units, so he does end up pushing Hera away. There we go. Once again, the engagement coming up. Now Hera's brought a few extra reinforcement units into the mix, so MarineLorD realizes a disadvantage and he bails, although he brings a few reinforcement units himself, and now he's going to try to chase Hera away, so Hera bails from here. Doesn't seem like anybody will be really going out to the castle age particularly quickly, of course. If you were completely uncontested on this map with Holy Roman Empire, you probably would find yourself on your way to the castle age at this stage already. Meanwhile, the players on the other hand are just going for full horsemen over here, and they're just going to try to get as good of an engagement as humanly possible. Same production, very similar numbers. MarineLorD right now on about 10 horsemen, here on the other hand about 9. We'll see this engagement, who's going to end up coming out on top. We had 7+1 horsemen versus scouts, and scouts for Hera versus MarineLorD's 10+2 horsemen and scouts, and Hera gets completely clapped over there, so he gets pushed back home once again. So far, it's been really, really good for MarineLorD. We take a look at military over here, and take a look at that. 6 kills for MarineLorD, 0 losses to Hera's units. And he's looking very strong. Should be on his way to the castle age as well, and yes, there he goes. He's gonna have the Regnitz Cathedral coming up, of course. Meanwhile, Hera on the other hand doesn't have the resources to go up just yet, and honestly, he's really struggling to keep on fighting against MarineLorD over here. MarineLorD's done a really, really good job in that regard. So Regnitz Cathedral is coming up. There we go. Good job. There we are. Yeah, and it doesn't seem like Hera will be even able to place the Regnitz Cathedral's foundation before MarineLorD already finishes building it, so this will be so much better for MarineLorD. Why? Well, because he's gonna be getting access to knights, and he'll also be able to go out in the open, right? Like, he's got one prelate over here he's gonna collect the relic with. He's got prelate. Is that the only one? Let's see. Where are the rest of the prelates? He's got 3. He's got 3. I don't see one going down south though. Let me take a look at the scouting information for MarineLorD to see what he knows. He should know about all the relics. So he is sending one up north, where he's going to collect the farthest one over here up north. So that's going to be 2 relics for him already, pretty much guaranteed, as Hera's kind of stuck back home, trying to hold on against MarineLorD. Yeah, he's doing a good job. He's pushing MarineLorD away. But yeah, that's the second relic coming in already for MarineLorD very soon. And then I'm pretty sure he'll have the third one coming in a moment. So he's got this one to collect, this one to collect, and this one to collect. It's most likely he'll go for this one, and he already has a prelate on the way. Yeah. There's not to say that he should be going for 3 and then call it quits. If he can go for 4 relics, that's going to be so strong. Because 3 to 2 relic distribution is still very much up in the air, right? Like if he gets 3 relics and then Hera's able to collect 2, Hera's not going to be completely dead just yet, as we already saw in the past. So yeah, ideally he's gonna want to get 4. If he can get all 5, that'd be perfect, obviously. So we'll see. Good unit control for MarineLorD over here, trying to maximize the value of his units, but he can really do too much. So yeah, Hera does end up taking the engagement over here. Well played. And he gets the Regnitz Cathedral up. So what does he do? He sends 2 prelates up north where he's gonna try to collect this relic. And I don't see prelate coming forward from MarineLorD to try and collect that one at all. He has, however, sent already the prelate to collect this one, and he's taking it back to the Regnitz Cathedral. Yeah, there we go. He's got it. And he could potentially try and go to collect this one. He could potentially try and contest this one as well. For the time being. It's just going to be 3 to 2 as long as he lets Hera get away with collecting this one. He does have one knight though over here, which is pretty good. And he does have a knight over here, and the conversion's coming up, and he cannot get it. So Hera loses this relic, and MarineLorD could potentially try and collect it himself, and you can see that he's got already a prelate on the way. This can be huge. Once again, 4 relics is already so good, but 5 is ideal. Because it's got the knight over here as well. Any prelates Hera tries to send over to the south relic is just going to be met by aggression. Now, let's take a look at the upgrades coming up over here for both players. Nobody's really been going for too much of anything. We have survival techniques coming in for Hera, because he's been collecting heavily from the deer. But yeah, no professional scouts. He's got no blacksmith. MarineLorD's got no blacksmith at all. We have triple stable knight production for MarineLorD, and Hera on the other hand has got only 1 stable producing currently. So yeah, here comes the prelate. He's gonna try to go for the play. He gonna do it. Gotta be careful. Yeah, if he tried to go for it, he would have had to pick the relic up and try to get the conversion right away, but he probably would have gotten cleaned up. So yeah, Hera seems like he will end up collecting 1 relic over here. And I'm pretty sure he ended up collecting the one from the north. Wow, that is not the case. MarineLorD's taking it. This is huge. That'll leave us on a 4 to 1 relic distribution in favor of MarineLorD. Even though he lost game number 1 to Hera, he doesn't seem to be particularly affected over here. His mindset seems to be on point. He's getting significantly ahead. Yeah. And he'll end up collecting, yeah, he'll end up collecting 4 relics. He's bringing the relic in over. Where is he going to drop it? Once again, there are multiple places you can drop the relic. And you can drop it. Okay, so he's got an outpost coming up. I think he's going to drop it at the outpost. This is going to give the outpost extra range, extra attack, extra vision, even. So if we take a look at MarineLorD's point of view over here, let's take a look at the engagement coming up. Both players will paying attention over here, of course. Yeah, he does end up pushing Hera away. This is what I want to take a look at. Notice the outpost. Once he garrisons the relic. Okay, he's paying attention forward once again, so we're gonna keep an eye over here instead. But yeah, the outpost is gonna be getting a lot of extra stats. Good job. Might be able to get a villager or 2 down over there. Gotta be careful though. A lot of knights over here from Hera. Overall, the number is still looking pretty good for MarineLorD, mind you. He's got 16 units. Meanwhile, over here, Hera's got only about 14, and that is not good enough. So MarineLorD might end up cleaning this up, I think. How many do we have from Hera? If we rule the villagers out, that's going to be only 8 units left. Meanwhile, MarineLorD on the other hand has got only 5 though. But what? Yeah, Hera ended up losing a bunch of units over here still though. And even though he pushes MarineLorD away, Yeah, the blue player is looking so much stronger. With the extra relics as well, he's going to be in a much better spot. Still not garrisoning the relic, by the way. I'm kind of wondering if he's just going to try to go for a monastery instead and drop it there, but yeah, honestly, just go for the Outpost. And he got it. So we take a look at MarineLorD, and you can see that the Outpost over here has got significantly extra line of sight. And of course, it's going to be higher attacks, going to have higher range as well. It's overall pretty good. Going to provide some protection in front of his base, of course. Here we go. Good job. Oh, more units for MarineLorD compared to Hera. Only one extra, now the same amount for both. Taking a look at the stats over here, pound to pound. Both these knights going to be about the same. The ones from MarineLorD and the ones from Hera. Beautiful palisades coming up from MarineLorD up north. He's got the palisades down south as well. Should have a much stronger economy now as the relics producing gold from inside the outpost. Plus that 3 relics he's got over here. This is going to be producing 3 times as much gold compared to, yeah, to Hera's Regnitz Cathedral. If we take a look at the actual villager count, by the way, MarineLorD's got about 51 eco units right now, while Hera on the other hand's got 47. So we have a stronger villager count for MarineLorD, who's got 3 relics inside the Regnitz Cathedral, plus a 4th relic inside an outpost. And MarineLorD's got all 3 sacred sites controlled right now as well. So yeah, new objective for Hera, neutralize the sacred sites. Meanwhile, MarineLorD is about 10 minutes away from getting sacred site victory over here. Hera's gonna be forced out of his base. We do have a good amount of knights over here for MarineLorD out in the open. However, I don't think he's got the ability, I don't think he's got the map presence to, yeah, to secure all 3 sacred sites at once. He doesn't. So now Hera's gonna try to neutralize this one. And MarineLorD is gonna have to go down south, but this is just gonna be whack-a-mole. With Hera trying to neutralize the sacred sites and MarineLorD struggling to get here on time. Very nice knife though, good job! There is a neutralizing threat over here. Yeah, we have only a horseman from MarineLorD, so Hera's still gonna keep on neutralizing here. Man, I think MarineLorD should be in a pretty good spot though still. We'll see. Here comes MarineLorD. Doesn't really have a whole lot of units to play with though. I think we have more for Hera over here, although many of these are very low HP. Wow, we actually do have more for MarineLorD. It's got 16 compared to 15 from Hera. And then up north, sacred site got neutralized. Good job. This should be going in favor of MarineLorD, I think still, but he's going back. Good job. He's trying to get the sacred site once again. This one is getting neutralized. Probably going to end up getting neutralized, we'll see. MarineLorD's bringing a few extra units over here to reinforce his army, so now he's gonna be up on... Well, technically he's got 17 units, but 2 of those are far away. I think the sacred site's getting neutralized though, isn't it? It's not. It is! Wow, that was actually very close. Hera could have gotten it, but now we have, once again, full sacred site control over here for MarineLorD, and Hera is unable to push back. Yeah. So once again, it's a big struggle for Hera. He's gotta do the impossible over here, push MarineLorD, who's got a higher villager count, who's got a stronger economy because of the 3 relics compared to only 1 relics in the Regnitz Cathedral. And yeah. He's trying once again, he's going for it. You know, one big engagement coming up over here from MarineLorD, and Hera could potentially fall behind so bad. MarineLorD's ignoring the knights from Hera, trying to neutralize the sacred site. He's going for a counter strike, and you know what? This is really strong for MarineLorD. Why? Because Hera's completely open. Meanwhile, MarineLorD back home, He's completely walled up, so it would not be possible for Hera to try and go for a counter-strike, and this can be already so huge. So many villages going down. Sure, Hera might be able to neutralize the sacred site over here, but what is that going to do for him when he's got no economy to keep on working with anymore? And he knows it's over. MarineLorD takes the lead back in the series. 1 game only for Hera, 2 games for MarineLorD. 2-1 in favor of the French player. And there we are. Game number 4 will be inevitably match point, and with MarineLorD already up 2-1, Hera's got no second chances over here. If he wants to take this tournament, he's gonna have to win 2 games back to back. While MarineLorD on the other hand's got 2 chances of winning this by taking 1 out of 2 remaining games. So now we have Lipony. And for civilizations, we're gonna see both players going for the same civ. So this is going to be the 3rd mirror that we'll see already in the series, right? We saw French on French in game number 1 going in favor of Hera, doing a really good job. We saw also Holy Roman Empire in game number 3, of course, going in favor of MarineLorD. And now for game number 4, we see English for both players. Now English is a very interesting civilization as well for a mirror matchup, because it's such a spam civilization. We're probably going to see the same thing that I was expecting during the semifinals when we saw the English as well, which is just Council Hall, full lombo man production, of course, full spam of units, spearmen probably to compensate for the vulnerability against scouts or horsemen. However, of course, you gotta keep in mind, obviously, that the lombos, they also do have the phalanx ability by which they can even hold on against cavalry when completely alone and not supported by spearmen, although I have not really seen a whole lot of pro players make use of it for the most part. I think I've seen it only once. But anyway, it's very interesting because whoever's got the best unit control, whoever's got the best multitasking ability over here is probably going to be getting ahead in production, is probably going to be able to take the better engagements. And with lombos being unable to dodge arrows from enemy lombos, and any units of course being unable to dodge the arrows, it's going to be a different dynamic than melee. It's going to be a different type of unit control. When you're fighting melee, for the time being anyway, still attack cancellation is going to be what really drives the game one way or the other, really swings the balance one way or the other. But with range units, of course, that's not going to be the case. So very curious as to how this is going to go. We'll see very soon though. Both players going out to the fuel age, and already MarineLorD's got Council Hall coming up over here, 2 minutes and 20 seconds into it with 3 villagers, 4 even. And here on the other hand, should be going for the Council Hall himself as well. He's got 3 villages going for it, 2 villages going for it. So he's going up on a slightly higher economy because he's got not quite as many villagers getting the Council Hall up. And yeah, Hera on the other hand, sorry, MarineLorD on the other hand over here is going to rush this one up quite a bit. He's got 2 extra villages. He's got twice as many villagers getting the Council Hall up over there. And yeah, you can see he's got Council Hall's progression coming in significantly quicker. And here on the other hand, still on. Wow. He's got only 1 villager. Huh. So what is the plan for Hera here? This does not seem to be particularly standard. But you know what? It's not too bad, because the defender's advantage, even if you end up getting the Council Hall up a little bit later, usually allows you to hold on against the aggroing players. So MarineLorD's gonna have a head start to archer production, yes. It's going to be going for lombo significantly sooner compared to Hera. As a matter of fact, his landmark's coming up so much faster, obviously. However, we're gonna have a slightly stronger economy for Hera, simply because he's working with more villagers and getting the landmark up with less. What will he translate that into? It could be horseman production. It could be a second archer range maybe, and try to go for more lombos and potentially catch up and eventually surpass MarineLorD for military numbers. It could be even early men-at-arms or vanguard men-at-arms, we'll see. Could be rams, could be a variety of things. And I'm pretty much looking forward to see what Hera's strategy is going to be over here. So he's got a 3rd villager coming over, and he's going to finish building this very soon. Meanwhile, MarineLorD obviously is going to have already the first lombo man coming out, and he's got full production for sure coming in. He's got 2 queued up. And yeah, can get very, very spammy very, very quickly, and Hera's gotta be careful. He's got vision, he's got the scout over here. Take a look at, yeah, Hera's point of view. He's got a pretty good idea of MarineLorD space. I'm pretty sure he already saw the council hall, the TC as well and whatnot. So yeah. Good job. Let's see. PLH gets here for Hera. He does go for lombos, but this is what I'm talking about. I think he's gonna be relying on the defender's advantage for the most part. Here comes MarineLorD. Military count compared to Hera. 6 lombos. Take a look at Hera. He's got 3. Villager coming forward from MarineLorD as well, so we'll see an outpost coming up. Where are we going to see the outpost? Well, yeah, probably around here would be good, right? So that he can, yeah, probably around this area. If he can get the outpost probably around here, that'll be pretty good for him to push Hera out of the gold, for sure. Here he comes. Ah, he's going for the first outpost in the stealth forest, actually. Well, this is pretty good, of course, because he can always bail, and Hera is not going to realize about it. If we take a look at his point of view, he's got no idea. So this could make a big difference, because the MarineLorD can use the outpost over there to get the lead in the engagement. You get 1, 2 extra lombos compared to your opponent, and that's already going to be so strong, of course. Let's take a look. 8 crossbows for Hera. 9 crossbows for, or sorry, not crossbows, lombos for MarineLorD. Good job. Taking all the deer down with the lombos as well to start collecting them with the villagers. And Hera on the other hand, well, ends up taking the scout down from MarineLorD. He's got his own scout coming back home. Not really a lot of pressure from MarineLorD over here, so he was up significantly faster. He started going for the unit significantly earlier, but you cannot really get too much going, huh? I think. What is the plan over here then for the blue player? What do we have? Yeah, blacksmith coming up. He's got a stable already as well. What is he going for? More lombos. What cavalry has he gone for? What has the stable given him? He's got 1 scout. She could have gone with a TC. Yeah, and just lombos coming in. Well, with the blacksmith, he's getting pierce armor. Could potentially go for siege engineering as well, and allow these lombos to go for a few rams out in the open. Maybe try to get the push like that instead. But yeah, once again, not a whole lot of units. About 16 lombos over here for MarineLorD. Hera on the other hand is about 18 lombos, so it seems like the stronger economy over here for Hera in the end paid out and paid off. And MarineLorD has really been struggling to punish, yeah, the red player. He's giving Hera plenty of time and space to play the game much slower, and we'll see. Remember as well the the network of castles over here is going to make these lombos significantly faster attacking as well. So MarineLorD's got to be careful over there. It's very hard to push. He's going to need some siege. Let's see once again if he's going maybe for siege engineering. Nope. He's got extra pierce armor. Now he's going for extra attack. So Hera on the other hand, does he have a blacksmith himself? He does, and he's got... No, he doesn't actually. So this could be very, very good for MarineLorD. This could be exactly what he needed. 10 lombos for Hera coming forward. 13 lombos for MarineLorD going back. He's got horsemen. Yeah, this is what I was curious about, because I saw the stable coming earlier, but he didn't really go for too much. Now the horseman, he might be able to get a good trade against the lombos. We'll see. Yeah. He's chunking the lombos down over here, mowing them with his own lombos as well. So he's got it. Should be able to get a very nice trade over here. Can basically one-shot the units from Hera at this point with the amount of units he's got. And Hera cannot really do too much with the lombos himself. He tried to attack over there and unfortunately failed the attack cancellation, I'm pretty sure. Yep, there we go. So lombos get completely cleaned up. And that's going to leave us on a very, very nice KD for MarineLorD currently of about 13-4. And Hera, well, does he have more lombos coming out? He does. He's got an archer range. No, he's got only the council hole, so he'll be able to produce only one at a time. As fast as the council hole produces. Anyway. Take a look at MarineLorD on the other hand, and he's got only one coming out as well. He's got only the council hall and the stable basically. And if we take a look at population overall, 37-25 villager and military distribution for MarineLorD. Meanwhile, Hera's got the same amount of villagers, but he's got 17 military units over here. So yeah, that's so much better for MarineLorD. At 25, he's got 8 extra units. And here he comes. I want to see Rams from MarineLorD. He's going for another outpost. I want to see MarineLorD put the pressure up over here. By Hera not going for so many military units, is actually getting significantly ahead in economy, and he might be the first one to go up to the castle age. So MarineLorD is kind of against the clock. Let's see. Obviously, he's got to be really careful because of the network of castles bonus over here. These units are so strong. Yeah, and there we go. You know what? Even you gotta be careful against the villagers because going forward, villagers alone are so strong. Potentially could tie the battle one way or the other. But MarineLorD, he's gotten siege engineering, so now he's got rams coming out. This is what I want to see. Hera though, Hera will be on his way to the castle age very soon. And MarineLorD, he's gotta go for it, man. He's gotta go for it, man. He's coming for it. How many lombos do we have over here? He's got 25 lombos, 1 scout. And the rams moving forward, so he'll be pushing Hera away from here. And Hera, well, he's going for the landmark on the right hand side, so he'll be getting to the castle age very soon. He's going for King's Palace as well, so that's going to behave as a TC as opposed to going for the White Tower. And here comes MarineLorD. Let's see. Hera's getting there though. What will we see once he gets to the castle age? Got no upgrades coming up, no units coming out. Blacksmiths not really doing much of anything. He's got only villagers coming out, and it seems like he's gonna play for defense over here for full economy, which is going to give MarineLorD a chance. Yeah, pushing Hera in here. Let's see. What's MarineLorD doing here? Just sacrificing the ram. Seems so. Yeah, there we go. Yep, he's been taking a lot of damage over here, but Hera is going to end up taking the ram down for sure. Good job. And yep, King's Palace over here, acting as a second TC, is going to be so good for Hera's economy. We take a look at the villager count, and it's 47 for Hera over here compared to MarineLorD's 45. So yeah. Castle should be on the way for MarineLorD right now as well, and he's going for the King's Palace himself as well, where he's going to be collecting stone. Interesting. Well, it's in between the outcropping over here and the gold vein, so we might see him collect some stone and potentially go for a third DC. That is very unusual though, mind you, in Age of Empires 4, for people to go that greedily into extra TCs, but yeah, this is not your everyday game. Players are being super cautious, and Hera is already getting significantly ahead because of the King's Palace that he's got much earlier, so if there is a chance for MarineLorD to catch up, I'm pretty sure he's going to take it. He's not collecting any stone though, so it seems like he's gonna be sticking to only the King's Palace, and it's going to be 2 production buildings versus 2 production buildings for villagers over here for Hera and MarineLorD. But because Hera had the head start, he should be staying significantly ahead at 53 over here compared to 49. He's got 4 extra villagers, and as long as both players can keep the production of villagers going uninterrupted, then it should be still better for Hera for the next... well, basically for the remainder of the game. Here comes MarineLorD. Good job. Just roaming around. Just going back in. Not particularly aggressive, and he seems to be a lot more cautious this game compared to the previous one where he was just putting pressure relentlessly. We have veteran lombomen over here for Hera as well. Do we have the veteran upgrade already for MarineLorD? He's got it. Only 1 round though. What is the plan? Going up so much later, it just seems so awkward. Does he know? He should know about Hera's King's Palace, doesn't he? He knows. So he should know that he's just playing catch up over here. This is not... it's not going to be too good for him. He needs to put pressure out, try to punish Hera's greed. Something like this is a lot better. He can take 1, 2 villagers down. Good job. Make that 3 villagers down. And yeah, exactly. Gets 1 more and he catches up for a villager count. Shoot, anyway. 58. 59. Yep. Hera's got only 1 extra villager, so this actually was a very, very nice push from MarineLorD. Now it's getting pushed away. Hera's got significantly more lombomen over here, but I think still MarineLorD's gonna be fine. He's just walking away. Mind you though, Hera's got 1 extra attack and he's got 1 less defense, so we have 2 extra pierce armor for MarineLorD, but no extra attack. So yeah. He's going for it though. Good job. So that'll be the +2 for him coming in. Well played! Well played, that's going to be 10 attack already on the lombos. Let's see. There we are. Good job. We have some knights over here as well for MarineLorD. Meanwhile, Hera on the other hand has got some knights coming out as well. Both players mirroring each other. Economy shouldn't really be that much better for Hera anymore. And MarineLorD, well, he's been able to catch up. He's kind of struggling for military population though. It's quite easy to see. 34 military units for MarineLorD versus Hera's 56 military units. So the extra economy that Hera had up until he ended up losing those villagers, he's been able to divert into extra military, which is putting him in a pretty good position. What else do we have coming up for the players? So just knights for Hera over here, going for a few lombos as well. He already has some of the eco upgrades too. He's going right now for siege engineering so that he can go for his own siege. And we take a look at MarineLorD on the other hand. He's got knights coming out and he's got 3 stables to work with as well. Got siege engineering, obviously already, but yeah, he's not being able to do too much with it just yet. Nice counter raid coming in from Hera. The villagers going down for MarineLorD. This is going to put Hera ahead in economic population once again. There we go. Well played. MarineLorD is able to clean this up. However, in front, he's still significantly behind though in military. Mostly because of the copious amounts of lombos that we have over here from Hera's. Got 48. Plus these 3, those are going to be 51 in total. Meanwhile, we'll take a look at the amount of lombos from MarineLorD, and he's only on 18. This is not good. This is not good. If Hera gets one big push coming up over here, I end up completely overwhelming MarineLorD's defenses, and he could potentially start pushing into his base and denying resource collection. So that could be really good, and this could very well be the equalizer for Hera. And I think that's going to be the first time that MarineLorD in the Winter Series of Championships, or tournaments rather, has been forced into a full series, I think, in the final. Hera's certainly looking strong. AoE2 represent, of course. So let's see. Outpost going down. Man, so many units from Hera. He's still affected by the network of castles here, so he's got very, very strong units to work with. And it's supposed to be a defensive upgrade or a defensive enhancement, but because he's so close to his base, he was still able to seize on the boost right now. So here comes the engagement. A lot of knights over here from both players, but so many more lombos from Hera. MarineLorD gets pushed out. He gets cleaned up over here in Hera. He's taking the outpost. He's coming forward with the ram. He's been taking a lot of damage. He's been doing a lot of damage to the ram over here from MarineLorD as well. And here he comes. This is going to be so strong. There we go. Good job. He's pushing the outpost down. He's pushing Hera. He's pushing MarineLorD into his base very, very deeply. Hell, monastery over here with one relic for MarineLorD. Fortunately, it's not going to be enough for the time being. A little bit of a counter raid for MarineLorD, but Hera already has defensive knights over here, so it's gonna be fine. Meanwhile, over here, this push that Hera's got going against MarineLorD, MarineLorD's struggling much, much more to hold on against. Military count currently for the blue player 31. We take a look at Hera. On the other hand, it's a military count of 85. Not even close, guys. Hera's looking very dominant in game number 4. And it seems to me like we'll get a full set over here. As Hera ends up throwing this game somehow, which I don't think he'll do. Yeah, MarineLorD's chances of coming back over here and taking the series are looking slimmer and slimmer as Hera brings more knights up. He's moving some villagers forward over here to chop some wood, but potentially it could be good for going for more outposts, right? Which he was trying to go for over here. And yeah, we see also beautiful spring wall emplacement coming up for the outpost over here. That's going to be so strong. He's getting it. He got it. So bow. Good damage from the outpost. A lot of lombos over here once again. Good job. And he's done a really, really good job microing the units. For the most part, though, he does end up chunking a lot of archers over here. The Mangonel, that is. But Hera, for the most part, is actually one of the strongest players when it comes down to fighting against Mangonels. He's got the timing down most often than not. Yeah. 2 relics that MarineLorD cannot take advantage of. Meanwhile, Hera doesn't seem to be particularly interested in going for those himself. Yeah, we have still the relics over there. There we go. Here comes Hera. He's got knights down south. He's got a lot of lombos over here. And conversions coming up, but there are no units over here whatsoever. He's trying to bait Hera's units here, but he cannot do it. So that's a Wololo going to waste. And even though Hera's still struggling over here, because of the Mangonels, he still retains a very nice amount of military use. Now, he's got to be really careful. He does not have nearly as many lombos as he had before, and MarineLorD's actually being able to get some good mana shots over there, thus shredding a lot of HP off Hera's units and taking a lot of units down in the way. So let's take a look at what production is looking like for both players over here. Hera is producing knights from 5 stables. He's going for Springles so that he can take care of those mangonels and doesn't have to keep on microing his mind out of those lombos. And MarineLorD, on the other hand, has got quadruple stable knight production, which is less than what Hera's got, and he's got more mangonels on the way. I think Hera, once he gets the mangonels forward, should be able to go for one final push, because if he can take the mangonels down, then that's going to leave him on basically no resistance from MarineLorD. He's got the one Springled over here. Siege Workshop. Not really going for a second one though, so he's got to be careful, of course. Yeah. I really like Hera's Outpost play over here as well, so that he can keep on taking advantage of the network castles bonus. Good job. Doesn't seem like anybody will really be able to go out to the Imperial Age for the time being. Here comes Hera. He's going for a keep. Wow. He's going heavily into stone as well. Good job. MarineLorD, on the other hand, has got 0 villagers on stone. So Hera realizes about the siege, and the knights, and he bails over here. But he should be able to keep going for the keep over here later. It's only a matter of taking the siege weapons down. And where are the Springles? There we go. He's bringing the Springles over. So he won't quite give up on the keep foundation. However, he does have some stray units over here going for raids here and there. He's got a lot of knights up north, taking a bunch of villagers down from MarineLorD, who didn't realize the balance, I think. So he ended up losing everything. I think he did. MarineLorD's military count right now and villager count is going to be a 40 and 91. Meanwhile, Hera, on the other hand, has got so many more villagers, and he's got, yeah, a lot of militaries as well. So he does end up bailing on the keep over here. But he's got another one coming up on top of the hill where he's gonna be protecting this gold vein. Yeah, and MarineLorD, now that Hera's got Springles to defend himself with, to defend his lombos with, is going to find himself in a much rougher spot, because if he cannot take advantage of the mangonels which he was using to defend himself, what does he have left? Take a look. Yeah, Hera's going after the mangonels right away, and MarineLorD's just bailing. He knows he does not stand a chance here. Does manage to get one Springle himself though, but that's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Yeah, and Hera's bailing as well. He wants to be careful here. Counter strike coming up from MarineLorD. We do have a good amount of units from Hera to defend himself with. I'm pretty sure he should be able to keep on going for more as well. We take a look at population production or military production. You can see that he's going for more knights, and he's going for the knights. He's sending them over here to the south. I think he can take this, honestly. I think he's got more compared to MarineLorD, and he does. So Hera does end up taking this game and equalizing the series. Guys, first time we get a full series with MarineLorD in the grand final over here. We'll see who takes the tournament in game number 5. And here we are in game number 5, the tiebreaker. The decider to see who's going to be the player to take the crown as the champion of the Winter Championship. This $20,000 tournament hosted by Elite Gaming Channel, who has been kind enough to make this open casting as well, so that we can also cover it elsewhere outside the official channel, of course. And it's been a blast. I have covered both semifinals, and so far this final has been really good. I'm very much looking forward to see if we are going to see MarineLorD still dominating the last couple tournaments, or if Hera's gonna be able to clutch it up. Certainly, if we take a look at the civilizations, well, that's going to be interesting for sure. We already saw Rus in Delhi before, but it was on Mongol Heights, I believe, right? Because yeah, this is the new river, and yeah, we have the civilizations actually reversed. So Hera's going to be the one with access to the Lothian ship system. Meanwhile, MarineLorD, on the other hand, is going to be going for the fishing ships or the fishing boats with the archer equipped. But we'll see. I think last time that I saw MarineLorD, was it MarineLorD or was no, it was not MarineLorD. I remember the last time that I saw this map on a tournament final. I think it was either Lucifran or Vortex. I mean, both played against MarineLorD, but I think it was one of those players. Who ended up getting a very nice play over here. With the dose, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll see. We'll see, of course. It's possible we'll see pretty much anything in this game. However, when we saw on Mongolian Heights actually Rus dominate, it kind of makes me wonder if Hera will be able to do what MarineLorD's been able to do already this series with the same civilization or not. He's already going for some walls over here. I don't know if he'll be sending the villager over to get a dock probably on the river. Maybe around this area so that he can start collecting from... Yeah, maybe around this area so that he can start collecting the fish. Or... And potentially prevents, right, MarineLorD from getting to this segment of the river by getting the palisade wall, the palisade walls up. Or what the plan is over here. Well, you send the villager over. Yeah, it seems like that's the case. That's really interesting because usually you're going to see the players actually go for the dock first and then they go for the walls. But yeah, he already had the dock location plan and he's gonna start collecting the fish, of course. Meanwhile, obviously with Hera playing with Bruce, he's also gonna be trying to find some the wild animals too. So he's already collected one deer patch on the left hand side. He's on the right hand side trying to collect the deer patch over here as well, but MarineLorD's gonna try to prevent him from getting away with this. Now let's take a look. 250 gold already from bounty over here for Hera is pretty good because it's already got into the second tier. Third tier is something we seldom see anybody ever get to, so second tier is already pretty good. We have, there we go, for Hera he's got the Lodia fishing boat coming out. Meanwhile for MarineLorD on the other hand, he's already been going heavily into fishing boats himself and he's got them here. Notice how MarineLorD is not really going for the walls from here to here just yet. It seems to me like Hera was expecting MarineLorD to be aggressive and MarineLorD used that to his advantage to get ahead in economy. Now if we take a look at the eco units, we can see that Hera's up to 17, meanwhile MarineLorD on the other hand is up to 21, so he's got 4 extra eco units and I'm pretty sure those are going to be 4 extra fishing boats compared to Hera anyway. Good job. Who's taking the engagement here? We'll play. Pushes the scouts out. Yeah. And it's going to be a pretty straightforward game early on until we get the players go up to the fuel age. And it seems like MarineLorD is gonna be on his way up very soon. He's got the moss coming up over here, as expected. He's going to finish building this one, and we'll probably see him already go up to the fuel age. And he's got the Dome of the Faith coming up over here. Good job. And here on the other hand, he's trying to get some damage done over here. Doesn't manage to get a single villager, but he does push them away from gold. Back home, he's got 4 Lodia fishing boats only. Meanwhile, we'll take a look at MarineLorD, and he's already been going heavily into them. He's got 8 fishing boats. Golden Gate coming up for Hera over here as well, and both players will be in the fuel age very soon. Now, I think Hera's going up significantly faster, if I'm not mistaken, though. How many villages do we have over here? We have 5 villages for MarineLorD getting the landmark up. We have only 4 over here, and I think we have 5 as well for Hera. Yeah. And actually, I think it's going to end up being about the same. No. Hera does have a slight head start to the fuel age. So once he gets there, and once he realizes he's significantly faster compared to MarineLorD, I wouldn't be surprised to see him probably delete the palisade walls and start going for some Lodia attack ships. Meanwhile, MarineLorD was trying to go for the palisade over here. Is going to be able to get away with it. He pushes Hera away with the scouts. And there we go. What is the plan for Hera over here? Going for more fishing boats. Interesting. Let's take a look at production from both players then. Well, MarineLorD still needs to wait until he gets there. Meanwhile, okay, there we go. He's there. And we see more fishing boats. Meanwhile, for Hera on the other hand, he's got More fishing boats coming out as well. No upgrades whatsoever, just villagers and fishing boats. Doesn't seem to be thinking about much of anything in terms of putting pressure against MarineLorD. MarineLorD, on the other hand, is going for all his upgrades. Obviously, the upgrades over here are going to take a long time for MarineLorD to really finish researching. And this is something that could potentially benefit Hera greatly, because we already saw this before. When they do get the upgrades for free, which can be so good for the later stages once you have had enough time to get the upgrades up, right? The relevant upgrades up. But if you can pay for the upgrades and get them sooner, you might be able to get a head start in crucial engagements earlier in the game, right? So we'll see what we get over here. Obviously, MarineLorD will be going for a bunch of upgrades. He gets them all for free. And Hera, on the other hand, he doesn't really have a lot of upgrades coming up, just villagers on the way. Good job. Let's see. There we go. Castle Age is on the way for Hera, who's been playing for economy for the most part. Despite MarineLorD's significant lead and fish boats over here, he's struggling big time. Of course, Hera got a lot of gold for free by taking animals down. Of course, the bounty tier over here is going to make his villagers collect food faster as well. So between free gold and faster food income, that's pretty good for him. But yeah, you can see that he did not go for any upgrades. So the free upgrades over here for MarineLorD are not really going to be playing a role too much. Now let's see. Very, very good in control for Hera. Maximizing the frequency of the attacks over here. MarineLorD cannot really hold too much. He does have one horseman though, and I think Hera's got only scouts, right? Yeah, he's got only scouts. He could potentially try and find a villager pick over here still though. I keep on trying. He's gotta be careful. Yeah, he's getting the villager. I think one more. Yeah, he got the villager down. And MarineLorD, he's got the resources to go up to the castle age right now, so what will he do? There we go. He's got the landmark coming up. We'll see House of Learning. Meanwhile, Hera is already in the castle age. This, guys, is huge. He's got early knights coming forward, with Hera, of course, gets access to. He's got also the standard knight upgrade coming up as well. So these early knights are going to turn into standard knights, and we take a look at the amount of units, and he's got 3 knights coming forward, and that's another villager down. There's a lot of damage against MarineLorD very early into the game. He's going to be able to deny the landmark over here. He's certainly going to try. He's coming forward. He's got 2 knights, and MarineLorD gets pushed away from the landmark. Despite having a lot of extra fishing boats over here, it's going to be a struggle to keep up with Hera's incredible bounty. And yeah, he got delayed to the castle age. He ended up losing a few villagers already, and we take a look at the production over here for Hera, and he keeps on going for more. He's got triple stable knight production, while MarineLorD's got only fuel H units to work with over here, and it's not looking good for the blue player. He's under consistent harassment. Let's take a look at what MarineLorD's got coming out. He's got nothing. He's got no military production whatsoever. So he'll end up losing the scouts, he'll end up losing the villagers over here. We take a look at the villager count over here. We have 45 eco units for MarineLorD, and Hera, it's got 45 as well. This is huge. Hera was, up until this point, so far behind in economy. In actual eco units, rather, not so much in economy. Actually, he was keeping up. And notice how much he's denying this landmark for MarineLorD. And guys, it's looking pretty good for Hera. This might be the first tournament since Genesis, I think. First S-tier tournament since Genesis that we're gonna see a player coming from the Age of Empires franchise previously over here, you know, with Hera being mainly an Age of Empires 2 player up until this point, unlike MarineLorD, who played Age of Empires a little bit, but mostly StarCraft, taking the tournament. More knights coming in, and the Lancers are just not, or the Horsemen over here are just not strong enough. They go down, he gets pushed away, and MarineLorD obviously will keep on trying, because this is the last chance. If he ends up losing this game, there is no more attempts, right? And Hera, of course, is just gonna keep on trying to prevent MarineLorD from getting the landmark up over there. And How many villagers do we have? We have 47 eco units for MarineLorD. We compare that to Hera, and Hera's already on 49, so he's got a stronger economy. He's taken the villagers down. With these knights, Hera seems all but guaranteed to take the series and to take the tournament. As MarineLorD's roaming around the DC with villagers trying to take the knights down, but it's taking so long. The units from Hera are just not dying. They are immortal. And MarineLorD is going to give up right now. He calls it GG, and Hera, with a final score of 3-2, ends up crowning himself the champion of the Winter Championship. Final score of 3-2 against the former King of Winter. Well played! What follows is a filler, so the video length doesn't spoil the result for you guys. Enjoy! I decided to see who's going to be the player to take the crown as the champion of the Winter Championship. This $20,000 tournament hosted by Elite Gaming Channel, who has been kind enough to make this open casting as well, so that we can also cover it elsewhere outside the official channel, of course. And it's been a blast. I have covered both semifinals, and so far this final has been really good. I'm very much looking forward to see if we are going to see MarineLorD still dominating the last couple tournaments, or if Hera's gonna be able to clutch it up. Certainly, if we take a look at the civilizations, well, that's going to be interesting for sure. We already saw Rus in Delhi before, but it was on Mongol Heights, I believe, right? Because yeah, this is the new river, and yeah, we had the civilizations actually reversed. So Hera's going to be the one with access to the Lothian ship system. Meanwhile, MarineLorD on the other hand is going to be going for the fishing ships or the fishing boats with the archer equipped. But we'll see. I think last time that I saw MarineLorD, was it MarineLorD or was no, it was not MarineLorD. I remember the last time that I saw this map on a tournament final. I think it was either Lucifran or Vortex. I mean, both played against MarineLorD, but I think it was one of those players who ended up getting a very nice play over here with the Does, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll see. We'll see, of course. It's possible we'll see pretty much anything in this game. However, when we saw on Mongolian Heights actually Rus dominate, it kind of makes me wonder if Hera will be able to do what MarineLorD's been able to do already this series with the same civilization or not. He's already going for some walls over here. I don't know if he'll be sending the villager over to get a dock probably on the river. Maybe around this area so that he can start collecting from... Yeah, maybe around this area so that he can start collecting the fish. Or... And potentially prevents, right, MarineLorD from getting to this segment of the river by getting the palisade wall, the palisade walls up. Or what the plan is over here. Well, you send the villager over. Yeah, it seems like that's the case. That's really interesting because usually you're going to see the players actually go for the dock first and then they go for the walls. But yeah, he already had the dock location plan, and he's gonna start collecting the fish, of course. Meanwhile, obviously with Hera playing with Bruce, he's also gonna be trying to find some the wild animals too. So he's already collected one deer patch on the left hand side. He's on the right hand side trying to collect the deer patch over here as well, but MarineLorD's gonna try to prevent him from getting away with this. Now let's take a look. 250 gold already from bounty over here for Hera is pretty good, because it's already gotten to the second tier. Third tier is something we seldom see anybody ever get to, so second tier is already pretty good. We have, there we go, for Hera he's got the Lothian fishing boat coming out. Meanwhile for MarineLorD on the other hand, he's already been going heavily into fishing boats himself, and he's got them here. Notice how MarineLorD is not really going for the walls from here to here just yet. It seems to me like Hera was expecting MarineLorD to be aggressive, and MarineLorD used that to his advantage to get ahead in economy. Now if we take a look at the eco units, we can see that Hera's up to 17, meanwhile MarineLorD on the other hand is up to 21, so he's got 4 extra eco units, and I'm pretty sure those are going to be 4 extra fishing boats compared to Hera anyway. Good job. We're taking the engagement here. plate. Pushes the scouts out. Yeah. And it's going to be a pretty straightforward game early on until we get the players go up to the fuel age. And it seems like MarineLorD is going to be on his way up very soon. He's got the mosque coming up over here. As expected. He's going to finish building this one, and we'll probably see him already go up to the fuel age, and he's got the Dome of the Faith coming up over here. Good job. And here on the other hand, he's trying to get some damage done over here. Doesn't manage to get a single villager, but he does push them away from gold. Back home, he's got 4 lowly efficient boats only. Meanwhile, we'll take a look at MarineLorD, and he's already been going heavily into them. He's got 8 fishing boats. Golden Gate coming up for Hera over here as well, and both players will be in the fuel age very soon. Now, I think Hera's going up significantly faster, if I'm not mistaken, though. How many villages do we have over here? We have 5 villages for MarineLorD getting the landmark up. We have only 4 over here, and I think we have 5 as well for Hera. Yeah. And actually, I think it's going to end up being about the same. No. Hera does have a slight head start to the fuel age. So once he gets there, and once he realizes he's significantly faster compared to MarineLorD, I wouldn't be surprised to see him probably delete the palisade walls and start going for some lowly attack ships. Meanwhile, MarineLorD was trying to go for the palisade over here. Is going to be able to get away with it. He pushes Hera away with the scouts. And there we go. What is the plan for Hera over here? Going for more fishing boats. Interesting. Let's take a look at production from both players then. Well, MarineLorD still needs to wait until he gets there. Meanwhile, okay, there we go. He's there. We see more fishing boats. Meanwhile, for Hera, on the other hand, he's got more fishing boats coming out as well. No upgrades whatsoever, just villages and fishing boats. Doesn't seem to be thinking about much of anything in terms of putting pressure against MarineLorD. MarineLorD, on the other hand, is going for all his upgrades. Obviously, the upgrades over here are going to take a long time for MarineLorD to really finish researching. And this is something that could potentially benefit Hera greatly, because we already saw this before. When they do get the upgrades for free, which can be so good for the later stages once you have had enough time to get the upgrades up, right? The relevant upgrades up. But if you can pay for the upgrades and get them sooner, you might be able to get a head start in crucial engagements earlier in the game, right? So we'll see what we get over here. Obviously, MarineLorD will be going for a bunch of upgrades. He gets them all for free. And Hera, on the other hand, he doesn't really have a lot of upgrades coming up, just villages on the way. Good job. Let's see. There we go. Castle Age is on the way for Hera, who's been playing for economy for the most part. Despite MarineLorD's significant lead and fish boats over here, he's struggling big time. Of course, Hera got a lot of gold for free by taking animals down. Of course, the bounty tier over here is going to make his villagers collect food faster as well. So between free gold and faster food income, that's pretty good for him. But yeah, you can see that he did not go for any upgrades. So the free upgrades over here for MarineLorD are not really going to be playing a role too much. Now let's see. Very, very good in control for Hera. Maximizing the frequency of the attacks over here. MarineLorD cannot really hold too much. He does have one horseman though, and I think Hera's got only scouts, right? Yeah, he's got only scouts. He could potentially try and find a villager pick over here still though. I keep on trying. He's gotta be careful. Yeah, he's getting the villager. I think one more. Yeah, he got the villager down. And MarineLorD, he's got the resources to go up to the castle age right now. So what will he do? There we go. He's got the landmark coming up. We'll see House of Learning. Meanwhile, Hera is already in the castle age. This, guys, is huge. He's got early knights coming forward, with Hera, of course, gets access to. He's got also the standard knight upgrade coming up as well. So these early knights are going to turn into standard knights, and we take a look at the amount of units, and he's got 3 knights coming forward, and that's another villager down. There's a lot of damage against MarineLorD very early into the game. He's gonna be able to deny the landmark over here. He's certainly going to try. He's coming forward, he's got 2 knights, and MarineLorD gets pushed away from the landmark. Despite having a lot of extra fishing boats over here, it's gonna be a struggle to keep up with Hera's incredible bounty. And yeah, he got delayed to the castle age. He ended up losing a few villagers already, and we take a look at the production over here for Hera, and he keeps on going for more. He's got triple stable knight production, while MarineLorD's got only few LH units to work with over here, and it's not looking good for the blue player. He's under consistent harassment. Let's take a look at what MarineLorD's got coming out. He's got nothing. He's got no military production whatsoever. So he'll end up losing the scouts, he'll end up losing the villagers over here. We take a look at the villager count over here. We have 45 eco units for MarineLorD, and Hera, it's got 45 as well. This is huge. Hera was, up until this point, so far behind in the economy. In actual eco units, rather, not so much in economy. Actually, he was keeping up. And notice how much he's denying this landmark for MarineLorD. And guys, it's looking pretty good for Hera. This might be the first tournament since Genesis, I think. First S-tier tournament since Genesis that we're gonna see a player coming from the Age of Empires franchise previously over here, you know, with Hera being mainly an Age of Empires 2 player up until this point, unlike MarineLorD, who played Age of Empires a little bit, but mostly StarCraft, taking the tournament. More knights coming in, and the Lancers are just not, or the Horsemen over here are just not strong enough. They go down, he gets pushed away, and MarineLorD obviously will keep on trying because this is the last chance. If he ends up losing this game, there is no more attempts, right? And Hera, of course, is just gonna keep on trying to prevent MarineLorD from getting the landmark up over there. And how many villages do we have? We have 47 eco units for MarineLorD. We compare that to Hera, and Hera's already on 49, so he's got a stronger economy. He's taking the villagers down with these knights. Hera seems all but guaranteed to take the series and to take the tournament. As MarineLorD's roaming around the TC with villagers trying to take the knights down, but it's taking so long. The units from Hera are just not dying. They are immortal. And MarineLorD is going to give up right now. He calls it GG, and Hera, with a final score of 3-2, ends up crowning himself the champion of the Winter Championship. Final score of 3-2 against the former King of Winter. Well played!